Hey, Big Brother fans, I'm going to call this week So Much for Solidarity Week. Yeah. Looks like all of a sudden one person of theirs goes home that, you know, their person, and all of a sudden it's just kind of like everybody scrambles because the whole alliance is broken up. Good grief. Do they have no clue that they still can run this game? Seriously. You know, if they had half the brain, they'd kiss up to Portia, and, you know, and they'd still have the numbers. But no. Putting all their eggs in one basket, and then all of a sudden one egg breaks, and it's just kind of like, Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Dominic really was actually quite smart to try and pull his move to get Danielle in the game. You know, she's playing by herself, and let's face it, unless you really have someone that you can kind of lean on, at least in secrecy, you really can't get through the game, because, you know, you can try and win the HOH, but still the next week you can't have, you know, a repetitive HOH, so you really have to be a good enough player so that if you can't win the HOH, if you're nominated, you can at least get that veto. So having someone as your backup, even if, you know, like I said, if they were a secret alliance of sorts, it gets you much further in the game than being singled out. So if Dominic were smart, he would sit down and have a face-to-face with Adam and realize that Adam didn't sell him out. You know, I found it very interesting that he immediately, you know, just because Adam fessed up, and he fessed up and said, I told them to their face, but did what you guys said, and yet, bam, he was out of there. He was like not having it, you know. So this game does something to you, you know. The have-not game was just, it was amusing at first to watch, but I don't think that they really knew what they were getting into, because you know, the women were well, the women were on the bottom, but Adam was on the bottom on that one. So but you know, it just seemed very bizarre, and I didn't understand how they decided. I mean, you know, couldn't they have been given like somewhat of a clue as to what was going to happen? So I mean, it's kind of like when you ride that ride at the carnival, the one that spins around really fast, and you can get two people in there, but the person that's on the outside is the one that has that person on the inside shoved against you. So, you know, it doesn't make any sense to have a little child on the inside and a bigger guy on the outside. The ride attendant tells you ahead of time, plan ahead, don't put the baby on the inside, put them on the outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that the Big Brother people with the powers that be should have told them ahead of time. It's probably not a smart idea to put you on the bottom, Kalia, and Lawan on the top, or whatever, you know? And so, I don't know how much of that was really that she was in pain, because all of this, she was screaming about her knee, her knee, her knee, her knee, and then all of a sudden it became her shoulder. What? You know, I think it was, if you ask me, watching from the outside looking in, and they only had one crumb and everyone else had the 4 crumb, being the drama queen that I am, I probably would have done the same thing in hopes that they wouldn't choose me to be a have-not. And look what it did. It saved them. You know, because everybody's standing there for like 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes and going, oh man, look at her, poor thing, hurry, you know, get her out. What are they going to do? Right then and there, you know, I mean, how cold-hearted do you need to be in order to say, guess what, on top of that broken shoulder and that broken knee, we're going to put you on slop. Because maybe you won't weigh as much after a week of eating slop. Come on now. Anywho, so yeah, but I found it interesting that they chose Cass and Shelly. Well, duh, I mean, you know, like I said, it worked. Her ploy worked. Kalia's ploy worked. And so there weren't a whole many other teams that you really could put up to be on slop. So, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, here comes #1 sellout Adam. Adam running up there, knowing that as soon as Dominic, ran out of there, it was like, okay, better go and, find a new teammate, because apparently I'm dead to him. And so I found that interesting that he was offered it, but turned it down. No, took it in front of their faces, then turned them down behind their backs, and then all of a sudden here he is running to, come on now. And then the second sellout was Dominic, immediately going up asking for help. So as much as it would be to their advantage, now that Adam and Dominic are up, to vote Dominic out, because he is probably a more dominant player of the two, probably in terms of gameplay. Like I said, we really haven't seen, this time they were playing, but they were, bound together by a suit, so it's hard to really tell. But I mean, if you're looking, Dominic is young, he's fit, he's got muscles. Adam, not so much. While it would serve them best to vote him out, I have this weird feeling, very weird feeling, that Adam would be the one voted out, especially because, Danielle is now kind of sucking up with Dominic. They're kind of hanging out and becoming fast friends. And then my 2.5 sellout, because I couldn't make them a official third sellout, was Cassie going up. What disturbs me is that she went up there alone, but yet she spoke about still wanting to be with Shelly, and I'm with you, and blah blah blah. I would assume that if you're playing as a game and you're going to go up and you're going to talk for for someone else, that you would have them and at least have their backing, or at least let them know. But then it's hard with this, because if you're playing as a team, but if you go up together, then you're against one another and you're fighting for your team. So I can see how that would happen. But yet, so she was up there, pretty much kissing ass, wanting to be with them, but yet she still had in the back of her mind her team member. So that was, I only gave her a half a sellout. America's vote, it says to go and find out how you can affect the next something or other. I spent, I don't know if you can see it, but it was really hot today, and we were outside and it was sucking up the heat, so I couldn't quite focus, so I didn't hear what the America's vote was going to be, so that's what I'm going to do next. But whatever it is, I'm sure you guys heard and understood. What are you guys going to do in terms of that vote? I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm going to do, since I don't know what it is. But the next thing is, I can't talk about that because I already know what's happening in the future, so I can't bring that up. But I was going to talk about, like, the safety, the order of safety in terms of bringing out keys and stuff. I always think that plate is very telling, unless, it's someone who's very smart, who says, maybe I shouldn't put them first, so that, people won't assume. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep my secret alliances safe by announcing them a little bit later or whatnot. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Adam and Dominic have been nominated for being up on the block. And I'm glad that Jordan decided not to go with what everybody was wanting to do, but using her gut as to what was going to get her and Jeff further in the game. I really like that and respect that of her. If I'm not mistaken, that's how she played the last time around, and she got fairly far. So let's just say that so far she's played a pretty good game, including her own season, and I don't see her changing her style anytime soon. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if the newbies weren't so stupid and were to get back together and to really fight cohesively for real as a team. I believe they still have the numbers. I need to chart it out and look at it from afar, because you have Danielle, the vet, and Portia as a newbie, both safe. They cannot be voted out. It's like, the vet's putting yet another newbie up there. Then they're going to have 2 newbies safe without being able to vote out, doing what they want to do. So, it just takes one sneaky newbie to say, I'm with you, I'm going all the way, and the second they get that golden key, they know they're safe. until, you know, until there's just 10 of them. So, this game can really go any way that it wants to go, truly, with this new, kind of, you know, that little niche that they've given us. So, I like that, once again, that it's been switched up. Yeah. Alright, that's it for tonight, you guys. I guess I won't see you until, is it Wednesday night? Wednesday night, when we do the veto competition. So we'll see you then. Bye.